Oh, today is, what, January the 7th? It's been almost 2 months since the last update. I have been working on the boat most of the time, except for a week or so, 10-day break between Christmas and New Year's. And most of the work I've been doing inside the boat, because it's obviously a lot warmer than outside. What's been holding me back, I haven't been going at the same rate I have before, is that working inside the shed is not that practical without the doors open, because cutting wood and so on, just too much dust, and it's also very cold. Machines are cold. Anyways, I'll show you what I've done a little bit more in the boat. Let me go inside. Well, inside it's not so bad. I have a little propane heater going in the back area, which after a while warms up everything quite nicely. So I can still work inside. As I said, the big problem is cutting pieces of wood, which I have to do pretty much outside, outside the work shed. But since the last time, obviously put up some bead board on the ceiling. It's not totally finished yet. Still have little holes have to be filled in with spackling, and trim has to be finished. We've started some of the trim along the sides. I don't know if you can see this. This is trim along the side. It's basically routed some pieces of wood and put them together. Also, I finished the door, which was lots of fun. And what else? Yeah, the door, it opens and closes, all right. So there we go. See, this is going to be the head area, and I haven't finished the ceiling on here because I was a bit concerned about the bead board, because it's not really board, it's some composite material. And also I just wanted to show you the wiring. I've run the wiring for the DC wiring along, and made provision for lights and so on, which will go on afterwards. Close this up again. Now the bead board, it wasn't that expensive, but it's about a 1/4 inch in thickness, and I was concerned about moisture getting into there and expanding it. But I've left some scrap outside now for well over a month in the rain and the snow and the wet, and it hasn't moved. It hasn't disintegrated at all, so I think it'll be okay for the ceiling there. The wiring for the outboard, let me show you, go back into the aft area. The wiring, I basically run that all through. Going to have cable steering along those conduits. They're now out the back, and the Morse cable for the throttle and shift are in there. The propane line is in there. Propane line will be leading to the hot water heater, which I'll keep in the head. And on this side, although you can't see it, basically also run AC wiring and also the propane line for the stove. This is my little propane heater on top of the tank. It works okay. It's not terribly efficient, but I do have to remember, oh yes, keep a window open, otherwise you'll deplete the oxygen in here, and then it won't be very good for me. So what I'm working on now is to finish off this area. I still have to wait for cockpit drains, which I have to put in the back aft deck. They should be coming any time now. I've ordered them from actually coming from China. And the side price tends to, the stain is going to be stainless steel. I hope they'll work out okay. I'll show you when I get them. I'll put them online and see what they're like. but that's through AliExpress. Oh yeah, the bead board, I got that from a local lumber store, and it was all sort of what they call seconds, because there are little stains on it or something like that, because I'm going to be painting them anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. What I have done here, I've made provision for the wiring for the lights to come out. Going to be one central light here, and 4 lights in the main area, and what else? That's about it. So the next thing I have to do, I want to finish off the sleeping area. I've made drawers that go underneath the bed. They're almost done, just have to be sanded off a little bit, cleaned up. And I say once I get the cockpit drain in, I can start to finish off this area completely. So the next stage is just to fill in the area underneath the board here. For this area, that's not going to be bead board, it'll just be the mahogany underlay. And I guess that's basically it for now. So this is it. Getting nice and toasty in here now with this heater. Okay.